Hi, this is Paul from Outerloop Coaching and outerloopcoaching.com. But I've got a big one here for you today. I get asked this question a lot because I'm a huge fan of the platform. So I wanted to answer the question for you today. The question is, should you advertise your band on YouTube? I've got two answers for you. Yes and no. No, don't do it the way you're doing it. And yes, do it the way I'm going to tell you about right now. So stick with me. The first question you got to ask yourself, if you're trying to put together ads on YouTube in order to turn on new fans, remember what we were talking about in previous videos where you are trying to get people who have no familiarity with your band to now becoming casual fans of your band? It's really hard to do, right? Now here's the question, with a YouTube advertisement, can you do it in 5 seconds or less? Let me answer that question for you. No. You cannot, and 5 seconds is all you're going to get when you are interrupting someone else's YouTube viewing experience. So don't even try, you're just gonna piss them off. Now, there are some really great ways and really great times when advertising on YouTube is gonna be fantastic for your band. You might even be able to do it 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. But you got to be really good at it, and you got to do it the way I'm talking about now. Before we get started now on exactly when, let's talk about how. First thing is that you have to go to adwords.google.com and open your account and make sure that it is tied to your YouTube account so that you are actually trying to get people to go to your YouTube videos and your YouTube channel, and you're able to track everything, and everything is in your one little ecosystem, and that is where you're going to drive all of your YouTube advertising buying that you do. Second thing is that you have to realize you are going to be trying to purchase fans that are of quality and not quantity. Now, what you're often seeing other people telling you what to do as far as advertising on YouTube for your band, they're gonna say spend a lot of money, try to get as many fans as you can. Hey, it worked for this band in India and they went to #1 on the charts and blah, 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 blah. Bunch of bunk. So what you actually want to do is you want to try to turn on very specific people to what you're doing. And the reason that I bring this up is because it's gonna cost you more per person to get these quality fans than it will for somebody else trying to get millions of people. But here's the other thing. They're gonna spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, and you're gonna be spending $100 a week or something, or $50 a week, or $25 a week. And it's gonna be better off for you than what they're doing for themselves. The third thing I wanted to bring up as far as the how is you must have a focused purpose for your ad. Do not try to just, oh, well, let's see if people become fans of our band. You can't track the results of it. It just never works. You just really, even when you're just trying to get people to listen to a video, then or listen to the music that you've got on a video, that is a focused purpose, but you have to be deliberate as to what that is. I recommend using YouTube ads when you are going on tour and you want to sell tickets, and when you've got product that you want to sell. Those are two of the best instances for it. But there's also some times when turning on new fans, and I'm going to tell you how just now, is also a great time to do it, but you're doing it with, one more time, focused purpose. First idea, retarget interested and casual fans of your videos and your channel. Now, inside adwords.google.com, you can set it so that the only people who see your ad when they're just doing anything on YouTube, watching makeup videos, travel logs, whatever it is else that they're trying to do, you will pop up as an ad for them in the first 5 seconds of the video, or, you know, the little tag or whatever. But I recommend doing the video that's the first 5 seconds, and then hopefully they keep on watching if they don't click off of you. That's the best way to do the YouTube ad, right? But if you can retarget people who've already seen your video, who have already visited your channel, they'll be reminded of you, and now you remain in their conscious. It's too often that we get turned on to and introduced to a band or a video, and we watch it once, we love it, and then we move on and then we forget. So retargeting people who have watched your stuff in the last 7 days, 14 days, 30 days is a really great way to just stay alive in their conscious. Just remind them that you exist. You do that 2 or 3 times and all of a sudden they're going to be thinking about you a lot more, and especially when they like you. So that's one of the best ways to do it. Again, have focused purpose when you are doing this. It also really works well if you happen to get really fortunate, perhaps, and say you get a video premiere on a popular blog, or you get a write-up in some local media, a blog has done an interview with you, and you really want to retarget the people who read about you, read your words, read you talking about your band and talking about your music, and got turned on enough that they went to visit your video, and then a week later, perhaps they're not thinking about you. They've read about a bunch of other bands. Now you can retarget them with a YouTube video, and you can get nested right there in their consciousness. Second really great time is when you can leverage guest stars on your songs or in your video and use them to target their fans. People who are watching their videos, who have visited their channel. This is a great way. Just make sure that the person who is the guest star appears in that first 5 seconds, and make sure that people will recognize them, or maybe even their name comes up on the screen, what band they're from, whatever it is, so that way people go, oh, I'm a huge fan of that. I got it. They will continue to watch, and it's you that they're watching, not your guest star. If you make the investment of having a guest on your next recording, and you should see my previous video, I got a link for it up here over my head. This is from a number of months ago. It's one of my favorite things to do. I highly recommend it, and this is going to put that plan on steroids, right? So this is a way that you turn on new fans, because you get them from the pool that are the fans that you got, that this guest has as their fans. And that was the whole, besides the creative and artistic purpose of having them appear on your recording, this is the best reason to have them on your recording. Last thought is for, oh, wait, I should add, targeting fans, sort of similar to this, is if you're doing a show or a series of show, or maybe even an entire tour with a band who has a bigger audience, target their fans this way with your YouTube ads by making sure that you're targeting people who have seen their videos, who have visited their channel, all that sort of thing. This is another great way. You get people to show up to the show early because they want to see you. If there's enough affinity for the music, that's going to turn them on. But remember, the first 5 seconds is key. The first 5 seconds is where someone decides whether they're going to continue to watch and continue to listen, or they're not. So if you're doing this because you're going on tour, for example, with them, make sure that this band appears in that first 5 seconds, the band that you're targeting, or their name, that appears in the first 5 seconds rather than yours. Now, I know that's a challenge to a lot of egos, but remember, the purpose is to try to get people to continue to watch. The purpose isn't in 5 seconds to turn them on, because you can't do that. You can't turn on fans to your music in 5 seconds or less. But what you can do is you can buy 5 more seconds, 5 more seconds, 5 more seconds of their attention, and that's where you turn them on to your music, right? So that's sort of similar to the idea of having a guest. If you're doing a show with a band, maybe a band coming to your market, and you got a headline, you got a spot where you're opening up for them as they're headlining, target people in your market who are fans of that band, and make sure that you have a YouTube video ad happening every time that they're on YouTube, man. I'm telling you, it will be awesome for you. And make sure you're telling people why. Have that focused purpose. Show up early. Check us out. Visit our music video, all that stuff. But make sure that they know why they're seeing their favorite band and you attach to that favorite band. Last thing is, if you are fortunate enough to get your music placed on a TV show, in a video game, and an advertisement, something like that, a YouTube ad is a great way to target the people who have been exposed to your music, might not have realized it was you. They might have been kind of like, hey, that's cool, especially if it's in like a video game, you know, say it's a racing car game, you're the background music while they're racing their car. Now they're making an emotional connection with you and their music, but they don't know who you are unless they do extra digging. Well, make that easy for them. If you are fortunate enough to get a placement like this, target fans of the thing that you became, that you are in, and make sure you're hitting them with that song. Hit that riff, get that hook in those first 5 seconds so they go, oh my God, yeah, that's from my favorite game, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? And so that is going to try to turn those people who are very casual fans, now they're going to become big fans, and that's always one of your primary goals. And these are just you know, 3 of the best ways to leverage YouTube advertising. But again, first 5 seconds is key. Make sure that you are focused in your purpose and you are willing to spend more per click, but less overall, because you are so focused. And these are just 3 great times using the YouTube ad works. Please, I beg you, do not plunk down a huge amount of money trying to turn people on to your music with just like, check out our video, and they don't know who you are. Even if you're targeting them because they like your genre or something like that, it's a waste. It's an absolute waste of money. You know, buy Google stock, you know, if you're doing that, because they're taking your money from you. Instead, be very focused, be very deliberate, and use these strategies to turn people on $1 at a time, 50 cents at a time, whatever it's costing you. It's going to cost you a little bit more than when you do it trying to hit like, you know, tens of thousands of people, but those are not going to be quality fans. So that's my advice in this video. Please subscribe to the channel here, like the video, hit the little bell, and you'll get a notification every time we put a new video out. Be sure to visit me at outerloopcoaching.com. Sign up for my email list. I send out emails with good advice every day. Well, the few exceptions, right? Thursdays, Fridays, it's kind of take off. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays, I almost never email you, right? But like, if you sign up for the email list, I'm going to give you awesome stuff all the time. And it's all stuff even beyond what we're doing here on YouTube. But I'm glad you're here. So thank you very much. Comment down below if there's any other time that you've tried a YouTube ad and it's worked and I've not talked about it here. I'd love to hear it. So let me know. All right, until next time, I'm Paul from Outerloop Coaching. I'll see you.